Hi boys and girls, welcome to Circus Electrique. This is going to be a hints and tip video. I looked on YouTube for hints and tips for Circus Electrique and I couldn't find any on YouTube, so I thought I'd do my own little beginner's guide. Circus Electrique is a story driven RPG which is part tactics and part circus management. Let's have a look at a few different ways that we can make the game a little bit easier for a beginner. Tip number one is make sure you put your characters in the right fighting order. If you look under each character, you'll see a little green circle. That tells you their favourite position on the battlefield. The ones at the front are the forefront, and the ones at the back like to stay at the back and assist from the back. Tip number two, keep an eye on the battle conditions before you fight. I like to use the fire blower characters because they do some good damage and they can also take down the devotion. As you see, I wouldn't recommend putting a fire blower in this fight because fire damage is decreased by 50%, so you need to keep an eye on the battle conditions. Tip number three revolves around the passive abilities of each character. The characters that you start off with at the beginning of the game will only have one passive ability. I'd be looking at replacing these and getting in characters with two passive abilities. Some will actually heal themselves, some will heal others. There's various different ones you can have, but you look at replacing the ones with one passive ability and replace them with people with two. Okay, the first two buildings that you want to update first are your train and your sleeping cart. First things first, I would upgrade the train and then the sleeping cart. The train will get you better characters and the sleeping cart will help your characters heal up faster and more efficiently. The next tip revolves around your circus shows. Keep an eye on the placement of each character, showing where the arrow is. Each character has a favourite position in the show. Some of them like to kickstart the show, some of them like to be the final act, some of them like to be somewhere in the middle. It's an up, down, left or right arrow. Some of them have a star, which means they don't mind being any part of the show. Keep an eye on this, guys, and make sure you're putting the right character in the right part of the circus show. Quite possibly the best tip I can give you is keep an eye on your character's devotion. The higher the percentage, the better. This is basically how happy they are. There's two ways of improving a character's devotion. That is putting them in the circus acts and also put them in the sleep cart. That will actually get some devotion back. If a character's devotion is too low, they can actually flee battle and you'll be a man or a woman down.